Welcome back to the most ridiculous marketing podcast with your host, James Hacking. That is me, founder of Socially Powerful. Don't look at me like that, Jermaine. With my fellow hosts, Chris Boomtown, Harvey. And Jermaine, I don't have a thing for you yet, unfortunately.
It's coming. It's
coming. So you're back on the podcast, mate.
Yeah, I'm back and better, man. Back and better. Can't wait for it.
Where were you last week? Why didn't you want to be involved? Were you too scared?
Last week, I just had a lot going on. England playing, and just a lot on my mind, to be honest, about Southgate's picks. And I'm back now. I mean, we're through to the last 16. So,
well, apparently we said last week you were going to be on Love Island. So I don't know what you're doing back here.
I know.
It's about to start, mate. To be fair, I'm not sure why you're.
I didn't get picked this time.
You didn't get picked.
No.
Maybe we'll see you in Casa More, mate. You never know.
Maybe next year. I'm not gonna get time off.
Would you go on it?
I would, you know.
Yes.
I would.
I reckon you got it, you know.
I think I stand a good chance. But yeah, I'd win the public over, but maybe not the girls. So might have to couple up with myself.
Are you allowed to do that?
I'll break the rules.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, you're not on Love Island. You're back here, still with us, and not with beautiful ladies. Chris, it was your birthday. When was it your birthday?
On Sunday.
Sunday. How old are you?
29.
29. Boom. What did you do? What did you do for your birthday? Apart from wanting to be on this podcast.
So on Friday night, I gave that the England-Scotland game a miss. Decided, and didn't want to do it. You know what? Don't think I missed much. So
it's terrible.
My lovely girlfriend took me to Duck and Waffle for dinner. So that
what's her name?
Dita.
Shout out to Dita.
Whereas Duck and Waffle, you haven't been.
I've been.
Really,
did you have the Duck and Waffle?
I did.
Did you go for breakfast or?
No, I went for dinner.
Oh, nice.
Dinner.
Okay, lovely.
And then on Sunday, on the actual day itself, my mum and my sister recently got back from America, so we just had like a barbecue at home. Nothing.
Barbecue?
Yeah, nothing.
Nice.
Nothing too crazy. But we're out on Friday this week to make up for it instead.
Although, you and the boys? Couple of beers?
Yeah, you know.
Out
in Brixton, so if anyone sees us there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Dog Star?
Duke of Edinburgh? Have you been?
Probably years ago, mate. I'm too old these days.
You're only a few years older
than me.
Did you get any presents, mate?
All right.
I'm just keen.
Can you move your bottle, please? Just so it's off the table.
A bit keen.
So I'll just
not.
Sorry, I got mine on there as well. Sorry.
No, not really. A few nice shirts and what else really? I think a Masters mug and hat is obviously that's where my family are in Augusta. But no, not really. I mean,
you got the big 3-0 next year.
Yeah, I think that's what the big run. Plans to go away somewhere because I haven't been able to do anything, have we?
No.
Yeah. So I think it might be Vegas. I think it's got to be Vegas with the boys when the world finally opens up.
with the boys.
The most ridiculous marketing podcast live from Vegas.
Yeah, when we've got fucking big budgets and we've got loads of subscribers. So that's an incentive for everybody to subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe again.
Watch.
And make sure you subscribe to Spotify because we are non-stop coming in your ears every Thursday.
I was watching a Peep Show the other day, actually. And
I was watching that as well.
And I was just thinking about the 3-0 World Cup.
The what? Go again?
I think it was Jeremy. He's trying to sell the headline 3-0 World Cup when Theo Walcott turns 30. I literally just thought of you as well.
I started it again from the beginning because I saw it on Netflix.
Great program.
You got to have your own little shows that you don't watch with your missus.
Yeah,
and that's one of them.
Absolutely great program.
It's just when they get on crack. And then on the first episode when Jez is trying to think, what was the bad thing I did?
I was watching that the other day as well.
He noshed off Superhands.
Goes through everything, and in the end he's like, oh no.
That's what it was. Anyway, we're just chatting nonsense, obviously. In other news, just quickly, Paul Gascoigne is back on Twitter, as Chris Harvey announced this morning. Chris Harvey is also Southgate in, which is very unfortunate because Southgate out 100% when we get knocked out next week by Germany. And I really cannot wait to see Jermaine with blonde hair because He bet on Portugal, I believe.
It's just going straight down the toilet, isn't it?
And you said you listened to the podcast last week, and we have agreed that we will back ourselves and we will do this. So
It's nice.
you're getting it done first because your team is going out next week.
Yeah.
This is an absolute nightmare. No, but it has to be the other person's team who won, though. Surely.
No, it's not. Like as soon as you go out, your hair gets.
This
done.
is bollocks. It's got to be bollocks.
But it has to be after my wedding, so I can't have blonde hair for wedding. Like, keep mentioning
The deal was whoever's team won, the other two have to dye their hair.
Yeah, but if nobody wins, we all have to do it. So
Yeah, well.
so whatever happens, we're all getting blonde hair because I don't think any of us are going to win. Anyway, quick news topics so we can move on to more interesting things. Actually, maybe not. I think this is quite interesting. I saw this on Sky Sports. Not Sky Sports. This is definitely not sports news.
That makes a change.
Yeah, it makes a change. Yeah, this was awesome news that I saw earlier. Head of the world's largest family. I'm going to butcher the guy's name. Ziona Chiana dies, leaving behind 39 wives and 94 children.
Whoa.
So he had 39 wives, 94 children, and 33 grandchildren, all of whom lived together in a 4-story pink house with about 100 rooms in Bakatwang. I don't know where it is. I haven't put on here when he died, how old he was, but he met his first wife and married her when he was 17, and he once claimed that he married 10 women in 1 year.
39 wives.
Rest in peace.
I mean,
Ziona
I
Chiana.
want to know what's going on in his bedroom. What are the sleeping arrangements? Is he by himself?
Well, I guess what this is, I think he's from India, so I guess this is like the Hugh Hefner of India. Without the Playboy models.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I thought it was quite an interesting one to share.
There's no way he knows the names of all his children.
No.
No way.
It's like reminds me of the guy from Game of Thrones. Was it the Freys?
Walder Frey.
Walder Frey,
Great
who
programme.
just like married anyone, and he had like 100 kids, and he just called every single one by the wrong name and just went, "Yeah, you child number X. Yeah, go sort this out for me."
That was a great series as well. Game of Thrones.
Anyway, let's not talk about it. It's fucking boring.
Oh no!
It's just because he hasn't watched it. It's just
I have. I watched the first series and I was really
get in the bin, man.
really buzzing after the first series.
You're not a fan?
And then the second series started and I thought, that's just a little
You're
bit.
missing out, Sam.
It's a little bit dull.
Oh,
Great.
And I heard that there's how many series is there? Like 6 or 7?
There's 8.
Yeah, and by the time you get to the finish, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. The finish wasn't worth it, but
They did rush the end. Like, no need to like rehash it, but it's almost like Breaking Bad, where it was like such a cultural phenomenon for so long, and then because
that's a good series
because they like hash the ending, like nobody talks about how great Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they literally finished.
You know what I mean?
I think everyone just literally brushed it to the side.
Yeah, and everyone
so
just went,
bad.
"Oh, no, all right, we're not going to talk about it anymore." Like, but like for what it was, it ended up being like the most expensive TV show ever,
Yeah,
and
way too expensive.
like made people's careers and all sorts.
More news coming in. coming in your ears. So we can move on. Again, this is another one I saw today that I thought was worth sharing, considering we spoke about space last week, and Luke, who I don't know where he is again, he's decided he's not.
Maybe he's in space. Maybe he's
so maybe he's gone to space. Yeah, Jermaine, you weren't in the space podcast, were you? Space podcast?
No, we had a brief mention of it.
We say we talk about sport. We must talk about space quite a lot as well.
We had a brief one where we're just like I think Elon Musk and Amazon and Jeff Bezos trying to get in their space race.
For that one. Would you want to go to space?
Would I go to space?
I don't know if I asked you that.
Gosh, quite scary. Quite scary.
Well, to help you with your fears.
It's good, but you can't say it.
So here we go. Dozens of baby squid have been sent to space as scientists can see how they are affected by their journey. The 128 Hawaiian bobtail squid was sent into orbit earlier this month on a SpaceX resupply mission to the International Space Station. Scientists say that understanding how the squid cope with their journey into space could help solve health problems faced by astronauts. It's pretty.
How has that got any relevance to humans, surely?
Well, I guess they're trying to see how they cope with certain conditions that they get faced with.
Imagine if those squid, right? They get
It's better than sending babies.
Imagine those squid get let loose to the International Space Station. Then you get stung by like a squid or like jellyfish or something. One of those guys. Then you just all of a sudden everyone's
Chris,
just,
I've never seen you so excited.
Eyes just lit up as well.
so excited.
Everyone's just peeing on each other.
Where did that come from?
His eyes completely just lit up. I was just like, Jesus.
Well, I mean, I just thought like. You know,
I've never seen you like this.
You know when you get on like a weird train of thought, and then I just had this image in my head.
I've never seen this.
Just wants everyone to turn into aliens.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it could be quite interesting up there. With
You guys go to space?
Would I? If there's enough to do there. I don't want to just go and like have a look. I want to like go and like walk around a little bit.
Well, because we were talking about last week where if you could spend, well, one bloke has spent $28 million to join Jeff Bezos and flying into space, but basically it ends up being roughly about 12 minutes, right?
Yeah, something like 12 minutes.
12-minute flight, and then you have weightlessness for about 3 minutes, and then you come back down again. And
for 20 mil. No, 30 mil. 30
yeah, nearly 30 mil.
He's not an astronaut.
You know,
is he?
Luke went, absolutely, I'm going to space. Give me that 28 mil, I'm off. And I was like, I've probably got better things I could spend 28 million quid on than.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
I mean, I would want to go,
You know.
but I don't just want to go and have like 3 minutes. I want to have like a couple months out there.
Yeah.
A couple of months.
Yeah, see what it's
a
about.
week, maybe a week or two, a couple of
Nah,
months.
come
You're just
on.
going mental.
If there's like, if they build cities up there, maybe not in our lifetime, but when we come back in the future, we can go and experience it. Would that not be sick? Like Chris for his 30th birthday, rather than going to Vegas, he'd go to Mars. Imagine that.
Vegas of space.
He's having squid.
be,
He's
but I'm
got like squid strippers rather than like actual human strippers. He's got like squid in bikinis.
A couple of months is a bit much. Maybe a 2-week holiday.
Where did sorry, this is good. Where did you go on your gap year? Oh, I went to Bali. Well, I went to fucking Mars, mate. I've seen the world. Yeah, I've seen the world from above. I've been to another planet.
That's a great one, actually.
Yeah, so like, come on. It's a couple months, like exchange trip.
That just takes the gap year, like the story,
it'd be
to a
sick,
whole other
wouldn't it?
level, doesn't it? That's a trump card every
30
single
mil.
time,
I paid
isn't it?
30 mil to go to
Yeah.
Mars for 2 months. And what? What are you going to say
A
about
lot
that?
of money, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well.
If you got it,
I
you
would
got it.
still want to talk. Well, this leads us nicely into our next topic, Jermaine. Thank you. Talking about money. This is going to be a thrilling topic that Jermaine brought to the table today. Amazon tops the Kantar Brand Z list of the world's 100 most valuable brands for a third year in a row, as a host of global businesses bounce back from lockdown. Apple come in second place. I think
fair.
Google claimed third place.
A couple of weird ones there, weren't there?
So they've gone up, taken place from Microsoft, who are now fourth. For the first time this year, Chinese brands outnumber their European counterparts, with the US and Chinese companies now accounting for 88% of the top 100.
Jeez.
Furthermore, the domination of tech and its influence on retail, leisure, and media continues. So you got Tencent, I think they're fifth now. Yeah, they're fifth. Alibaba, seventh.
How
So-
they creeped in there?
As we can see, Chinese brands are steadily progressing and have made significant headway in this Brand Z ranking that comes out every single year. A lot of it seems to be around technology, but they seem to be really taking shape on the global market. What do you guys think about that? Not just about Amazon, but all the other stuff that's going on around the Chinese brands. Also, just to add, Tesla is the fastest growing brand, became the most valuable car brand, growing its value by 275% in the last year.
I mean, you're right. You kind of just got to have a look at ByteDance and Tencent over the last 12 months. It's a great example of that, right? I think it was from March, April of last year, all the way through to May. TikTok was the most downloaded app across the globe. And I mean, like we've just seen.
I read that in your email before, Chris, actually, in your sales email. He's putting out statistics.
Absolutely.
Go on, continue.
So it's definitely like something where, you know, if you haven't been on it, if you haven't looked, you haven't tried it, been living under a rock, you know, even my mum turns to me now and goes, Christopher, should we make a TikTok? I'm like, Mum, do you even know what that is?
Do you make TikToks together? You made TikToks?
No.
Can we get some up on the screen?
You know, I'm like, Mum, you don't even know what that is. Just sit back down.
I don't know. TikTok, yeah.
They just taken it.
TikTok. The weird thing about TikTok is like the guys on it. The TikTok guys are just.
I just can't
Cringe.
stand the dancing.
Yeah, no.
I can't stand the
It's the
dance.
smouldering as well that they have as well. Anyway, before we just absolutely butcher this topic, let's get back onto the topic about Amazon and Chinese brands. Jermaine, as this was your topic that you thought was quite interesting,
I did.
how about you, swing on in it?
My thoughts. I think Amazon will take over for the longest time, to be honest. I think they'll be number one for God knows how long, because how much they grow in lockdown, I think it was like the biggest percentage of growth in their lockdown as well.
Yeah,
So
well, there's, I think when lockdown hit, I think their stock price, I might be wrong here, but I think it was around like 1.1k for one share in Amazon. Now it's 3.5k for one share.
Stupid.
Jeez.
So
astronomical growth, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Luckily, I've got shares in Amazon. I bought them. I bought them back
before.
Yeah.
Get out.
Well, you've just seen how over the last 12 months, certainly they've completely innovated. There's even an Amazon grocery
Amazon
store
Fresh.
that's opened up in West London.
As well.
Oh, they're actual stores now, isn't there?
You can just get it online. Comes straight next day.
So
as well.
convenient though. Yeah, the fresh thing is even better when you well, it's obviously groceries the same as getting it off Deliveroo, not Just-Eat and UberEats, which we'll talk about later in the podcast. But it's just so convenient. When you want something and
Instead of going to
it's
shops,
just boom. Like last night, I'm back addicted on the food channels on YouTube again, guys. And there's this one guy called Sam the Cooking Guy. I don't know if you ever watched him.
No, I haven't.
He is class. He's so good, and he has this Japanese mayo that he goes on and on about. He says the best mayonnaise.
And you bought it.
I bought it, and I was like, I'm going on Amazon. Boom, buy it. It's arrived today.
Was it?
I've not tried it yet, but it's meant to be amazing.
You know what? If it's
but
not,
it's just so. I'm sure it is.
You've been reeled in.
I'm sure it is. Well, I didn't use the affiliate link, so it doesn't matter. But it's just so convenient. It's so easy to get what you want. If you want, I don't know, a certain flavour of chocolate or a certain type of sweet that you can't. It's just on Amazon. It's just all there.
Literally, you don't have to go out. You can literally get your groceries and you're spending nothing. I think the delivery's free as well. So,
but it's not just that, now, right? They've made some amazing shows on Prime Video.
Yeah.
They've
tried to the Premier League from the Premier League.
Exactly. They bought MGM's whole movie library recently as well for a mega deal. So they're making some serious moves.
Yeah.
I think even during lockdown, I got into listening to audiobooks. So I was like, I'll just give Audible a go.
Yeah.
And actually,
they've got a solution for everything.
I haven't even cancelled my Audible. I don't even use it.
How much is that per month?
It's $7.99. I'm pretty sure.
And is that unlimited amount of things you can listen to?
Is it one? I think pretty sure it's 1 or 2 books.
So you get 1 credit a month, where you can just buy a book, which is normally £30 to be fair.
Completely.
And then otherwise you can.
He's fuming. Jermaine wants to get off the podcast now. Cancel his subscription.
So he'd cancel it.
No, but it's just so convenient for everything. If you want food, if you want to watch a movie, you can type in whatever movie you want. You can buy it for peanuts.
It's crazy on there, man.
I used to love buying DVDs and having the actual physical copy. Yeah. I don't know why I ever wanted to do that, but now it's just Amazon.
I used to get the box sets as well back in the day, the Simpsons box sets, all the Lost 24, all of them. But now it's just redundant.
How much room does that probably take up at home? Or even CDs. Imagine I remember we had CD towers, the big CD players at home. That still probably takes up room somewhere in our house. I'm not sure why, how, or what
There's so much
do with it anymore.
When I look at it as well, all the DVDs I had, I obviously got rid of all the boxes and stuff. When I just look, I've not even looked at them for years. To be fair, they're under the bed at home. But I could just flick through and go, that's just so much money that I've just wasted.
Stupid, isn't it? But that's how it was before.
Anyway, what do you think about the Chinese brands taking over?
Yeah, their come up was inevitable as well.
Well, I know you mentioned Alibaba.
So the top Chinese brands, the Chinese brands account for 14% of the top 100 brands, up 11% from a decade ago, while European brands accounted for 8%, down from 20% a decade ago. So you can see there's a seismic switch.
Chinese takeover.
All the European brands are suddenly duds. To be fair, the only UK brand in the top 100, can you guess what it is? There's only one.
One UK brand.
And there's 2 Swedish.
Virgin?
No. So the 2 Swedish ones is IKEA and Volvo.
No.
Klarna?
Spotify.
Of course.
Of course.
So what do you think the one British brand is?
Surely Virgin has got to be up there.
I want to say it's something like Tesco, something like that.
No.
Is this something ridiculous?
No, Vodafone.
Just
It's apparently dropped quite a significant amount this year.
what number was Vodafone?
I've been with Vodafone the whole time, so so glad they had Voxy because I just always thought it was so expensive. Now they've offered Voxy as like a alternate solution and stuff. It's great.
don't look at what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Just you keep talking, mate.
I think they were doing refunds the other day actually because the Vodafone network like went down in what's it called? Go down.
Come on,
you had me.
come on. You're gonna keep talking.
I think the network went down on the underground, so they're doing refunds for people whose network went down.
Get your words out.
I can't stop looking at it.
Get your words out, mate. It's just.
I heard the time. I was just like,
Do you know what I'm going to start doing? Is I'm going to press it and then I'm going to leave it down until it's like 5 seconds away, and then you won't know.
Or just
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough about that. Should we have a weird question now? I think we should.
go on.
weird question.
Yeah, Jermaine's corner. Let's see what we've got for you. That's Jermaine's corner.
Okay, we'll give it a go. But what is the weirdest?
Go on.
What is the weirdest smell you've ever smelled?
Oh God.
Oh.
You just got to unlock something you had.
I've just thought of that. Oh God.
Something that just makes you like.
I can smell it. I can still smell it.
Exactly.
Oh God. There's a geezer and he's never gonna listen to this.
It's got to be sick related for you, sure.
There was a guy in the gym like a couple of weeks ago, and I know this guy, and I'm hoping that he's not going to be listening to this podcast. I'm sure he won't anyway. But I've not seen him for a while, and he was working out with like another fella. Oh my God! Like I can. He must have been working hard because I can still taste that smell. And it was one of them where he's like, all right, James, how you doing? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Trying to get away. And then you keep talking and you keep moving. You keep moving. And I'll be like, I can't really say I've ever smelt a smell like that before. It was like one of the most revolting like body odors that I could ever smell.
Could you see him sweating?
Yeah, like mate, pouring. Like he was pouring. Yeah. But it was like when people sweat that much, you don't think they're going to stink because it's just like that. Usually it's just like. But the sweat stank. So I'm praying. I'm going to see him tomorrow. Actually, I'll see him tomorrow morning because he usually comes in after I go. So if I'm not here next week, you know what's happened. I've been put in a body bag. Anyway, Chris, what's the weirdest one you've smelled?
You've got unlock some memories in here, Chris, mate.
Nothing really comes to mind for me. I can't really think of one. It's probably one of those.
Definitely one in there.
There's got to be one. There's got to be one who you're just like, oh.
But as soon as you said that, I was like,
exactly. Usually when you say a question like that, people are just like, oh God, no, not again.
No, I don't know. I can't really think of one. To be honest with you. But what about you, Jermaine? Give me some more inspiration, and I'll come back.
Traveling in Vietnam, it was
not Mars.
Traveling through Vietnam, it was the smell in the fish market. Oh my God! Yeah. I literally was just like, this has to be one of the worst smells I've ever smelled.
Yeah, fish.
Literally walk straight through, and you could tell the fish had just been fried in like the heat in the sun. I was just literally walk past that. And like every time I literally just get a little whiff of like some off fish, it just takes me back there. I'm just like, oh no.
Even if you just have like a pack of salmon, and you cook the salmon, then you put the pack of salmon in the bin, like within 5 minutes,
bro,
it's like the worst smell.
Horrible. It was. Horrible.
You've got to take it straight out. You can't leave it in the especially in the summer.
I don't know if you've also seen this craze that was going on. I think it's from Sweden. People get like a can.
Oh yeah, surströmming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've never tasted it. I've never smelled it.
I don't know how bad that is. I mean, I'll do it on my friend's next stag do. Idea for James' stag do, by the way, guys.
I reckon we should get some for the podcast.
It's apparently
we've done hot ones. We might as well do that.
Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
Mate, like as soon as people open the can, and it goes, and then, like people were puking.
The challenge is they literally open it and they try and eat it, but the smell is apparently so like putrid. Like people are just. Like,
I can't remember what the name of the fruit is, but there's like a fruit that
I know which one you mean.
Tastes like that as well, where it's like a very, very smelly fruit. Apparently,
Hang on, I'll Google it now. I know.
But I've seen like on YouTube.
Durian.
That's it. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird.
That's bad?
Yeah, I think it's from like Malaysia, and
it smells like ass.
There's all sorts of challenges on YouTube where
You've
people
got
are trying to eat
You've
this.
got to watch the fish one, Chris. You'll actually.
Yeah, it's like.
But it looks like people are pretending it. But
but
I'm just thinking, surely like not everyone's pretending. Like it's literally on the other side of the room. They can like still smell it as well.
The best.
I can imagine
ones.
it with that with the fish, but like with durian, like it's a piece of fruit. Like how but with their reactions, it's probably exactly as you're saying. Yeah. You could almost like smell it through the screen. Like you don't know what it actually smells like.
The best ones was before YouTube like banned people being sick and like throwing up, and you could actually see people try and eat it and they were vomiting everywhere.
Chris, that's got to give you some ideas for your worst smell, surely.
It's probably something very similar, like to you. I think I was traveling in.
Mars.
Not Mars. That's the next one.
Some squid.
Yeah.
In Peru, and one of their things they eat there is guinea pig.
Oh no.
And that's just
computer says no for me for that one.
Weird, man. It's very weird. It's just like over a barbecue, and it looks like it's like that big.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
That's got to be up there.
You've eaten guinea pig?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Actually, it was pretty good, to be fair. It's kind of like chicken. Once you got your head round it, like actually it wasn't half bad.
I can't get my head around stuff like that.
Alligator meat from Muscle Foods.
Muscle Foods.
You go to the gym? You go to the gym, do you, fella?
It just literally got my curiosity ticking.
So you bought it?
Bought it. Came. To be fair, it could have been anything. They put.
Was it vacuum packed? Was it?
Yeah.
I've had springbok before. That's pretty good.
Is that like a little mini kangaroo?
Had a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like an antelope. In South Africa. That was
James, hit us. What you got?
I'm pretty just straight edge with this stuff, lads. I'm not into it. I couldn't eat it.
What's the weirdest stuff you've eaten?
No, I haven't really done it because I couldn't.
Are you quite a picky eater? Like
no, I eat anything, Chris. But I'm like anything that's normal.
You've been to China then, no?
Yeah, so okay. We probably won't. Nah, no, mate, no. No way.
Because any weird cuisines.
The thing is, when you go to China, you probably say you're eating chicken, but it might be something else. Anyway, let's quickly move on because we've got lots of Chinese clients.
You're right.
Yeah, so I can't say that I've ever eaten. I probably have eaten like a few like bugs and stuff that are a bit weird.
Yeah, like a scorpion on a stick or something.
On a Friday night. No, to be fair, I can't get my head around it. So, yeah. I'll try that weird fish though, just for a laugh.
No, God, no. Next
I won't eat any of that weird stuff, but I'll eat the smelly fish.
Yeah. Anyway, let's quickly move on before we start offending people. Are you guys on Bumble? You're single, aren't you?
Yeah.
Chris, you're not. Sorry, you've got Mrs. I forgot you said before.
So there's Bumble, there's Hinge, there's Tinder, there's Grindr. You're on all of them.
He's on all of them.
I'm on a couple of them.
What's your favourite one?
Hinge has got to be.
Yeah?
Hinge is probably the best one.
That's the one where you got to send like a funny message, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so you've got, it's a bit more.
Or the girl can say yes, is it?
Bumble's the one where the girl has to respond first. Tinder is just Tinder. Everyone knows about Tinder, but Hinge is a bit more.
Shagfest.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't used it. I don't really intend to use that one.
Haven't used Tinder.
But Hinge is a bit more of a personality one. You've got a...
So you're fucked then, right?
Oh, no. I promise, guys, I've got some good matches, all right? I've got some good matches. But no, yeah, you've got to sort of send a good message. But yeah, those are...
Have you got like templates that you send? Like a few, you've got like a few good ones.
I used to back in the day, but now I just go on their profile and just try and, get something that's a bit more them,
Like the difference between like Hinge and
you've got Mrs. How do you know?
I actually met her on Hinge. Yeah,
fair play. Shout out Hinge, love it.
So
love that.
Like
love a love story.
Your prompts for, like
so what was your right? So talk me through your process of how you got to go on a first date with your missus. What was the line you used? Would you remember?
I can't remember now. Like
it was just chatting, wasn't it?
18 months. It was about over 18 months ago now, so I really can't remember. Yeah. But I do remember messaging her and go, "Oh, do you want to hang out this weekend?" And she goes, "No, sorry, I'm on safari." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you thought she was taking the piss.
She was on holiday. Yeah, I thought she was taking the piss, but yeah, she was going on holiday to Zanzibar for 2 weeks.
And you stuck it out. You stuck it out to get the date.
And she dropped me a line afterwards. So that was pretty good.
So Hinge is number one, right?
And it's got to be number one out there.
You're Bumble. Have you been on Bumble before?
Been on Bumble, yeah. Bumble's pretty decent, but I mean, the girl's got to talk first, so it's not going too well.
It's not fair. It's not fair. Anyway, in the news this week is Bumble. So dating at Bumble closes for a week to let staff tackle a collective burnout. I think it's this week they've done this. So it's this week everyone's off. So Bumble, for the context, because Jermaine didn't really tell us much about it, is the dating app where women make the first move.
Exactly.
Ooh. It's closed its door this week for 700 employees for a much-needed break to de-stress. Bumble experienced a hectic year with growing user numbers and a stock market debut. It flew, and I think it's flopping now a little bit on the stock market, as well as a pandemic, which meant meeting up for dating purpose wasn't really realistic unless you were sneaky. Sneaky. I'm sure you had a few sneaky little dates.
Sneaking some walks in.
Yeah, sneaky walks.
It was only recently, so I've
yeah,
I've been in the game.
So the staff are off this week. Will return to work on the 28th of June. So what do you guys think about that? Is that a good thing for the company? Just letting people have a week off?
700 employees worldwide.
700 employees who have the week off to de-stress.
Well, I want to flip it to you, James, like as a business owner. Let's
move on.
Co-founder of Socially Powerful. Like, what do you think?
What do I think? Well, Chris, I'm a man of the people. If people need the time, let them have the time.
He's lying.
What do you mean? Come on, like, do you think? No, if people need time off, people have time off. Like, people can go and deal with their shit. Like, I don't want to keep people here if they're not happy. You know, like, go on. Sorry, sorry. I didn't know you were part of this company.
Sorry, as co-owner.
Go on.
I'll finish it off, James.
No, like, if people need time off, if you need time off, Chris, Jermaine, just come and say it. Like, I'd much prefer you to say that you need some time, because it's better that you're rested and can focus and recharge rather than being here and being upset.
What do you think
depressed.
about closing the whole thing down for like a week though?
Well, I think if it's something that the CEO's decided to do, she feels that she must have had some sort of insight into a considerable amount of the workforce needed some time off. So
good for morale as well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, all those little things help. It's obviously not a little thing. It's a big thing that there's it's a week off work for everybody. I'm sure there must be somehow people must be working in some capacity, because considering it is an app.
Yeah, I mean,
there must be some sort of like
probably just contracted workers or something like that, maybe.
But you could probably just have people who are looking after sort of the back end, and if there's anything goes wrong, and then maybe they take their week off next week.
Yeah.
But as you said, they've gone public this year. They've had such a huge year. Maybe it's, a reward for the amazing work that people have done sort of behind the scenes. I know she rang the bell on the New York Stock Exchange with
youngest female billionaire now.
I think she's like early 30s.
Yeah. She was actually
founder of Tinder as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, she got
booted out
there. So
and she rang the bell with her young baby in her arms as well at the same time.
It's pretty mad.
It's quite cool.
What do you think about like a 4-day working week as well? If that was,
I always think that Fridays are a bit of a nothing day for a lot of people.
Yeah,
they always seem like that.
I think
that's my perspective on it. That people come in, but they know it's the weekend. They probably like chilling out a little bit. They probably don't want to work that much, especially in the summer when it's sunny.
He's all right.
Like my girlfriend's company, they start
fiance.
Yeah, sorry. She fucking corrected me. Yeah, sorry, Jermaine. Yes, she is my fiance. Back on topic, that her company have got summer hours starting tomorrow on Fridays, which means they all finish at 1 p.m.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Not tomorrow.
That's pretty cool.
Friday.
Yeah, because the start of summer this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, which it's fair enough. Like, is what it is, isn't it?
That's decent, I think. 1 p.m. finish as well.
I think it's 1 p.m. 1 p.m. or 2 p.m.
Beautiful.
Maybe 1 p.m. But I guess what that gives people is more of like an incentive to really work for those few hours rather than being like
drag
a bit
it
like,
out for the
oh,
day.
I don't want to be.
I'd probably say, like, you're right, on a Friday, I think certainly like what we do from a BD perspective, you just think sometimes, oh, bloody hell, Friday afternoon, no one's going to pick up the phone, no one's going to answer that email on a Friday afternoon, and you always try and work your hardest up until maybe lunchtime, and then you're like, oh, okay, let's get through the rest of the day, or let's figure out what I need to do next week, rather than still going at 100 miles an hour as you normally would do every other day of the week. So I do get what you mean, and maybe it's just reward for still, working harder and later during the winter when it's darker, colder, and you know what it's like when we've been here, and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered to walk to Waterloo because it's chucking down with rain, it's freezing cold.
You've not experienced those days yet.
No, I actually haven't.
So I do kind of get that. It's a nice little balance.
I don't like for me. I don't mind working late when it's dark. Like,
no,
because it's like,
I mean, you gotta go. You come in the dark, you leave in the dark. So it don't really make a difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question originally, Chris, if people need time off, they can have time off.
Yeah.
Like if people got shit going on, deal with it. Like, don't come in. Like, what's the point? Because you're not going to be productive.
I bet the shares went crazy though as well. Surely.
What do you think? Do you think having a week off affected the share price?
Well, I'll look for you right now.
Must have done in some capacity.
I'll look for you.
Well, I only found out yesterday or today that Bumble actually owns Badoo as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Badoo's another dating app, isn't it? Not
that you're the expert.
Not that I know.
I didn't check my phone.
Right, to be fair, it's nothing. It's gone down a little bit today by 1%, but it's not nothing crazy. It's like up 10% in the last week. So
maybe that was literally from that sort of news as well.
It's down. It's
Any
down from when it launched in the stock market. It's down 23%. So it went up and it's gone down, and now it seems to be stabilizing a little bit.
Isn't that fairly normal though? When like someone goes public, that the share price normally just absolutely tumbles.
Yeah. So what you want to do is try and get it at the very start, and then when it goes to the top, okay, sell it a little bit, and then buy more when it's low. Anyway, so during the corona pandemic, dating apps had to quickly change their stance to keep users engaged, like Jermaine, as people were isolated and quarantined at home. So there was a lot of in-person dates going virtual the past 15 months. So interestingly enough, this is something I read on this article. Dating apps, including Bumble, have started offering perks to users to help the government encourage young people get vaccinated. So, among the bonuses for vaccinations include badges and stickers, as well as free super likes. So, I thought this was pretty funny.
Free super likes. I've been vaccinated.
Jermaine's in the queue at the fucking vaccination centre every morning.
I've been fully vaccinated.
You're double
vaccinated. Yeah, you've been vaccinated like 20 times to get your super likes.
You've been here before, mate. Yes, I know.
Give me some more.
I had Pfizer last time. Give me the AstraZeneca, baby.
That's like insane, isn't it? Like you get more super likes for getting a vaccination.
That's a great perk, to be fair. People will actually get involved.
No wonder there was like 1 million people from like
queuing up outside, Twickenham as well.
That's right.
How much is it on Bumble? Like, we're talking about Bumble. How much is it on Bumble?
What for?
Yeah, he gets his phone out to check his statements.
Yeah. he's forgotten that he's paying for the Bumble Premium.
What do you get for like a monthly?
I don't think, how much is the monthly
thing?
Let's have a look.
You on a Hinge monthly thing?
You can upgrade to premium for $14.99 a week on Bumble.
A week? Oh, a week? What do you get for that?
You get...
Who's spending 15 quid a week?
You get to see who swiped right on you.
Oh, mate.
You get to be seen by people who are incognito. Change your location so you can meet up with people from Manchester or
of all the exotic
Berlin,
places, you went for Manchester first.
Sorry,
you should have gone Mars.
Should have gone Mars.
£15 a week.
Then you can just change filters, but you can get a lifetime subscription of guess the price.
What's that?
£100.
Oh, lifetime subscription.
Yeah.
I'm going to say £200.
£149.
Oh, smack bang in the middle.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, if you get a lifetime subscription, you might as well see a therapist, my friend.
It's just.
Why did you get a lifetime subscription? Like,
I don't know. Maybe you're struggling. You might think back in it, like after a little while, you might go, do you know what? I don't fancy this marriage anymore. back on the lifetime subscription of Bumble. Anyway, like final topic. Jeez, this has been a 41 minute long marathon podcast already. But finally, Zahid's like, fucking let me go home now. He's fuming.
So I've been here all day. I've been waiting for this.
Last time I made him come in early. This time I'm making him stay late. He just hates his podcast now. Anyway, food delivery. What's your app of choice? Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Just Eat?
I'm a Deliveroo man.
Deliveroo?
Absolutely.
It'll be Just Eat for me, I think.
Really? Is it because Deliveroo don't go up there?
It's either Just Eat or Uber Eats for me. Uber Eats a couple of times, but Just Eat has got like quite a good amount of restaurants.
I'm an Uber Eats guy.
Yeah.
Is that just because like the choice that you have where you guys are living is in like they?
Like,
I think I've got all. Have you got all of them downloaded?
Yeah.
No, I've just
Like
got Deliveroo.
to be fair, there's certain things on Deliveroo that aren't on like Uber Eats, like Honest Burgers on Deliveroo and not on Uber Eats.
I think the quality of Deliveroo might be a bit better as well.
Yeah, there is better places on Deliveroo, but I seem to always just go to Uber Eats a lot of the time.
It's either Just Eat or Uber Eats for me.
No, like I just feel like Uber Eats, I think I only used because it was the only place that had McDonald's on there.
Yeah,
like, and then Just Eat, like it would be the only place that, or it would show place that was still open at 1 a.m. and things like that would still deliver, whereas the other two maybe wouldn't.
So what's your go-to? Actually, no, Just Eat seems to be the one that has all the like late night stuff. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So when you're desperate,
when you're desperate
and you want a shit pizza.
That is exactly the only time I've ever ordered off Just Eat.
Deliveroo's not doing
What's your go-to takeaway?
Oh, for me, it's Wingstop at the minute.
Wingstop, yeah.
Mine, I think in lockdown, mine was Peri chicken. Oh God, I was getting.
What the one with the shit advert?
Yeah, I was getting that. I'm not even joking. A good 2-3 times a week in lockdown.
Wow. How much is the usual order?
About £11. The guy, the guy used to just come there and just leave and just be like, again? I was like, yeah, again.
Again?
Literally about 11. I think it was about £11.
£11.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have like Deliveroo, Just Eat, Uber Eats didn't deliver to where I was living like during lockdown with my mum in Cobham. But now I've moved into
the mansion in Cobham.
Now I've moved back into London. Now, like obviously, you have access to everything.
The world of takeaway.
Yeah, and as I said, Wingstop. I think they have one of those like hot kitchens, which is like really close to where we live. So it's always the quickest place that delivers.
2 minutes.
Like, it's always like
you're rating it out of 10 for Wingstop.
Like in terms of the wings,
Quality.
Oh, like 8, 9.
It's not bad.
I've never had Wingstop. Oh, let's try it.
I think it's really, really good. You get a good little mix. You can get like a platter for 2, and that's normally about 20 quid, I think.
How many takeaways would you guys get a week?
Not that much anymore. If we're talking about pure lockdown, about 2, maybe 3.
Probably 1 or 2.
Lockdown.
Anyway, let's get to this topic. So,
okay.
According to research, ordering a takeaway via a food delivery app can be up to 44% more expensive than dealing directly with a restaurant. So, buying a meal on Deliveroo, which Chris, you said is your favourite, is the most pricey place to buy a takeaway.
That's probably fair. Yeah.
Costing on average 31% more per order than going direct. Uber Eats was 25% more expensive, while Just Eat considerably lower at 7%. So if you want a bargain, or you just want like similar to normal prices, 7% at Just Eat. So if you want your awful takeaways at 4 a.m, Just Eat. Yeah. So the consumer organisation that ran this survey said that prices on apps are generally set by restaurants, which increase the prices to cover the service charge they pay the companies operating the apps. So the commission that Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Just Eat take is anywhere between 15 and 35% of the order.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the reason why stuff's more expensive.
That does make sense.
You'd always think that it was literally just a delivery fee you're paying for.
Yeah.
I didn't realise the price was actually affected that much.
Not going to be a $1 billion company on £2.50 delivery service.
I think like convenience is always going to win, isn't it? Like with the consumer, if you want like good food, you want it quick. That's why those guys are so successful. But of course, like over the last 18 months that we haven't been able to go and eat at restaurants. Maybe over the, it's opened up now, but I'd much prefer to go out for dinner and go to a restaurant, go have an experience than I would order it to home. It's, as I said,
because what happens is when you go out for a meal, you go for the experience. You go and maybe if you're going with your lovely girlfriend Chris, you go and have a nice date night. Exactly. You enjoy the food, you enjoy each other's company, you talk, you chat. Whereas if you get a takeaway at home, it comes bosh in your hand on the plate, nom 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 nom. back on the sofa, like slobbing out. You don't say anything to each other. Whereas if you went out for that, maybe you wouldn't have gone out for what you ordered, but Thursday night, you sometimes might get a takeaway with your missus. If you go out for that, it's a much more enjoyable experience.
Absolutely.
You might go for a little drink beforehand,
maybe
little drink afterwards,
Drink
and that is
bar.
why restaurants are suffering, because people are more bothered about sitting at home and nom 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 on the sofa than dragging themselves out to go and have a nice time.
Well, have you seen that so many people are booking to go to restaurants and then not turning up?
Yeah,
or
that's
cancelling
shit.
recently,
That's shit,
which is awful. That's terrible.
In the booking
If you're one of those people that book somewhere and then doesn't turn up, you are a
Then get in the bin, man.
banker.
Then get in the bin, and then what we'll do is we'll roll them in the sea afterwards in the bin.
I'll be honest.
booking culture,
I haven't been out for that many meals yet. To be fair, I've been to lots of pubs, but not actually meals out for some reason.
I think it's also people just overbooking as well for their convenience, isn't it? They might just book a lot of places and then just pick the best one in the end.
So
Because it's different. Like, I can't get a booking anywhere, and then
Yeah,
they book like
literally,
5 different
exactly.
things. Yeah.
well, that's like at the moment where you have to really plan your night and book tables that you can't just wander from pub to restaurant and see if you can get.
Which
walk
is
into the
very
moment,
frustrating.
Which
Places
is really
must be
annoying.
suffering with that as well.
Yeah, because a lot of places, especially those like, I don't know, smaller pubs, probably would rely just on people like walking in, whereas people have now got a book to go somewhere. They're not going to book to go to like
No.
a tiny little place, are they? Anyway, that's that really. So if you want to pay more for your food, go on Deliveroo.
You know what? I will.
You can literally pay for your £20 platter like Chris.
Yeah.
I will.
Jesus.
I always did think that Nando's is very expensive on Deliveroo. Like,
You look at why is this?
why am I paying £60 for like a double chicken burger? Yeah,
I
so
always
that's-
thought Nando's was actually quite expensive anyway.
it is quite
It
expensive.
is.
Even when you go and sit down.
Unless
Yeah.
it's cheeky. Did I mention that?
Oh, God.
Back of the cheek.
We say bye-bye.
Yeah, more off. Yeah, do you know what, lads? I thought this is actually quite an enjoyable podcast, but do you know what? I might just keep talking a little bit longer so Zahid can't go home. He's sat there.
Ready to turn off the cameras.
He's
as
sat
well.
there
his phone.
stewing.
He's on his
He's
phone. He's
sat
like, you
there
know what,
stewing.
lads? You just keep going. I'm here all day.
So anyway, Chris, Southgate in.
Yeah. You know what?
We say bye-bye.
Yeah, let's say bye-bye. We don't want to talk about that because he is out. Southgate out. We're going to get knocked out next week. Okay, bye. See you next week, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the most ridiculous marketing podcast with your host, Chris Boomdown Harvey. All right, bye.